Hey YouTube, Coach Chris here with the video. It's been a while since I did a video, but I thought it was time to speak up about some things that are really important. So, here I am. I want to talk about fear, because fear has people really concerned about what their possibilities and options are in these times of uncertainty. But they're only uncertain because of fear. Fear equals ignorance or darkness. Ignorant meaning forgetting who you are and what you're capable of. Now, if you've seen any of my videos, you know that I talk a lot about and I'm really interested in energy, frequency, and vibration, as Nikola Tesla put it, because everything in this universe is energy, frequency, and vibration, and that includes fear. So, a lot of people are concerned about the situation that's occurring right now for the last over a year and a half, almost 2 years now. But when you know who you are, then you know what you're capable of, and you know that there's no reason for fear. This could be a very long video, but I'm not going to make it a long video, but I will talk about this stuff in other videos because I think it's important that people understand, and it's been talked about by many other people, so the information is available, but we do have to do our research to understand how to, resolve or at least make our life, and I'm not going to say bearable, but pleasant, enjoying your life and not worried about things. Because all that's energy. So, the energy on the planet right now is almost dictated by the suggestions, conditioning, indoctrination, and programming that's been going on for a very long time. Because it takes time to build up that level of, let's say, it takes time to get people to the place where they are fearful. It takes time to do that. So people are being bombarded with, conditioning, programming, indoctrination, most of which is negative, which is why I personally don't watch the news or read the newspapers. I mean, and I've talked about this again in other videos, but it's about what you expose yourself to. And you get to choose what you expose yourself to. There's a lot of suggestions and influence all around us. And if that's what you allow yourself to be exposed to and allow to affect your thinking, feelings, beliefs, ideologies, then that's what you're going to get. But again, so it's really about this fear thing that's going on. And so let me get back to what I was saying in the beginning. When you know who you are, there's nothing to fear. And I'm not even talking about religion, but there's terms like Christ and Jesus, Christ consciousness. And when you identify with that type of energy, meaning you know who you are and what you're capable of, then you have no fear because nobody can control you. So let me just get back to what I was saying about this stuff has been going on for a long time, and it takes a while to build it up. It takes a while to build this house of cards, because that's all it is a house of cards. You know how easy a house of cards falls over? It's a house of cards because the goal is to manufacture fear, to manipulate masses into being afraid. But as I said, when you look behind the scenes, it's just a house of cards. And that falls over very easily. It falls over very easily because as much work as it takes to create this illusion of fear, as soon as somebody realizes that it's just an illusion, it's over. So the work's been put in, but you can dissolve it simply by recognizing what it is and who you are. Those two things right there dissolve all the conditioning, programming, indoctrinating that's been going on for centuries. Now, it does take some work to get to that place, But it doesn't take a whole lot of work because it's your essence. Your essence is Christ consciousness, which just means light. And so let me ask you a question. If there is light, how can there be darkness when there's light? Or if it's dark and you bring light, you dispel the darkness. So a lot of this conditioning, ideologies, philosophies that come from outside of ourselves are what people are allowing to dictate how they feel, what they think, what they believe. And that in turn determines, I said feel, but internally how you actually feel energetically, meaning are you in a state of fear? Are you comfortable with yourself and with your life? And I mean, again, so there's a lot of reasons to be fearful if you look at the news, if you read the paper, if you listen to this information that's being pumped out, but it's being pumped out for a particular reason. So once you can see past that, then it has no effect on you. So fear is an illusion, and it's a manufactured illusion that's been generated for a long time. But when you realize that you're a child of the source, of the creator, and your innate nature, your true source, true self is of the source that created everything, then you don't have anything to fear. Now let me say this. Having said that, let me say this about energy in general. Energy is like neutral. So if enough negative energy is generated, then obviously that would be the majority of the energy, which would create a negative flow or environment. But the same is true with the opposite. If most of the energy, which is affected by what we think and what we believe, is positive or loving energy, then that's what we get. So if you take a look at the environment right now, the social fabric, put your ear to the ground and see what's happening out there. You can tell that there's a lot of fear, and as long as the fear is the majority, then that pretty much is a self-perpetuating cycle. So fear creates more fear. So I said a little bit earlier about how once you realize what's happening, and once you step away from that fear is dissolved just that fast. And it does take a long time to create the illusion of control, which is another thing. And that'll be another video, but just real quickly, everybody has a choice in everything they do. And they definitely have a choice in what they think and how they feel. And so I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. I'm going to do a video just on that because I think it's really important to understand that if a feeling can be manufactured, and energy can be manufactured, or feeling to produce a certain vibration, then that's what we see. And that's what has been happening for a long time because people are not recognizing their abilities, powers, potentials, and their true essence. So my next video will be about more in depth about how that has been happening, and we'll take a closer look at that. But for now, just know that as long as you're afraid, you're contributing to the energy, the negative energy. And let me also say this quickly, that positive energy is way more powerful than negative energy. So one positive person has the same effect as, let's say, 100 negative people, energetically speaking. So don't be afraid. If you need to pray, if you need to meditate, you need to get back to your true essence, get into your heart, understand who you truly are. Because even the people that are doing this, their essence is the same. They just been led to believe That's the direction they should be going in for whatever reason. Like I said, I'll talk a little bit more about that in my next video. But again, don't be afraid. Tune in who you are. Pray, meditate, read, and reconnect with your essence. That's all you got to do. Hey, share the knowledge. Peace and love to all of you. I'll talk to you again soon.